What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the WPF to MAUI, the Snake Edition tutorials. And last time we finished creating the drawables for the snake and the fruit. So now we're gonna start moving the snake. So for that we'll need some keyboard inputs, and naturally MAUI doesn't have keyboard events. So we're gonna get those events by adding a NuGet package. And this package is called sharp hook. Sharp hook. And we'll take the top one, not the reactive, but the top, and we'll install this. Click install. And while that's installing, I pulled up the GitHub and it gives a little explanation. And basically, this is what we're going to be using here. So we're going to call this once in our main window view model. And then we're going to hook into our key released events, and then we will start listening for those events by calling a dot run or dot async. Run async. So, okay. I think that's in there. So let's go to the and then constructor will say init sharp hook, create that method. Oh yeah, by the way, somebody commented that the text was too small and it was not readable, and yeah, I zoomed the whole screen in a little bit, so I hope this is better in the future. I mean, this person commented on one of the first few videos, but that was yeah, I mean, this is already video like 30, so yeah, guys, if there's any issues, let me know so I can change them, because now I have created all these videos already, and you know, maybe more of you having this problem. So yeah, just let me know. So I hopefully this is better now, since I increased the text size here. So yeah, for that person that let me know, thank you. And yeah, like I said, if there's anything that's bothering you guys, let me know, and I'll try to work on it, try to fix it. All right, so let's get this hook, and this is a new task global hook, and then we will hook into the on no new on key released. Oh, come on. Key released events, and then we'll just hook into this event. Hook key released, and then we will call hook dot run. Let's do the async, and we will await this. And then since we are awaiting, we'll have to set this method to async. Alright, let's cut out this method, put that into our methods, and we'll just copy our code that we have from our WPF application, and it's not going to change much. We'll paste that in right here. Bam. Let's uncomment this, and basically we have now key. What do we have? We got key key. I don't know. we got data dot key code, and get the key code. Left. So I'm gonna use that one, and then I'll just replace all of these, and just by changing this we should get a working application. So yeah, while that's building, let's change that. Yeah, next we'll have to read and write our scores, scores to our files. All right, here we go, and we can move the snake, so that's working. Okay, and I just saw there's also this border here. I want to get rid of that, and I saw it also on the game grid. I want to get rid of that, and then what are those? Okay, yeah. So this is not no. Okay, so let's fix the view, and I'm guessing we have the border. We got the stroke thickness. We'll set that to 0. And of course I gotta spell it right. And I also want to center that game grid where this snake is running. So let's throw that into there. And we'll say vertical options and then center. Let's copy this again, because in the main scores, I think we have that issue here with the border stroke. Yeah. So let's paste that into there, and also our main menu. Yeah. We have that default stroke thickness, I guess, being set to 1, and it's also, I guess, gray color or something. Okay, so that should have fixed that, and yeah. Now let's handle the writing to the scores, saving the scores to file. For that, what do we need? Let's see. File scores content. Let's check that. Got this list view. Actually, I'm going to change this to a collection view. I don't know why it's a list view, because just make it a collection view, and let's do vertical options, also center this grid, and okay, so writing and accessing files. I'll also pull this up here on the Microsoft documentation. There's 3 options that we have when using MAUI. So we got the cache directory, which is not persistent data, so it's only runtime data that should be use. It's really good for loading large files, like images or something. So yeah, cache, but it's not persistent, so it's only temporary. App data, which we'll use, we can read and write to, which is when you look at your file explorer, somewhere in the app data local something something. Yeah, that's where it'll save. And the bundled files is like only readable. So most time they're tied to the app, so everything that's necessary for the app to run some type of files. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna use this right here, the app data directory. I'm gonna copy this because we'll need this. mm, and for that, go public string app data directory. And before we can write, oops, gotta remove this. We gotta combine the path, which is gonna be high scores path, and then we'll say path dot combine the app data directory and our high scores path. It's not really the path, it's the file name. So high scores file, yeah, name, whatever. Okay. So I got that, and then also right here, let's uncomment this, and basically we're going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to copy that. If file dot exists, then let's say string dot empty, and then we'll read all that text. Okay. I'm thinking that'll do it. We can delete this right here for sure. Oops. Okay, so it started here. So that border is gone now. And yes, this is looking good also. And I can't edit these because they're read-only. So let's create. Let's get a new top score here. I think that's 2 is enough. 2 is enough. Saw a bunch of 1s in there, so okay. And yeah, this is edit. Okay, but now we want this to be focused automatically when we create a new top score. And I don't like the scroll bar, but yeah, I don't. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Can we make this smaller? High scores. Font size 20. Oh, we could make it 16, I guess. That should shrink it a little bit. It didn't really shrink it. And this isn't centered, so let's go vertical, options, center. Okay, now that's centered. So just that height. Height request, I don't know, 25? Is that... okay. So that would be too small. Can we use that for the entry? Yeah, okay. I guess there's a minimum height for the entry. So yeah. Just gonna have to live with that. Whatever. Let's go back to 20. Make the text nice and readable. Alright, so yeah, whatever. Let's do the automatic focus. And in WPF we did that by creating an attached property, and here we're gonna do basically the same thing, but it's not called an attached property, it's called a bindable property. So let's bindable property. Yeah, I mean we're only gonna make one, but whatever. Let's add. So we'll call this focus bindable property. Focus bindable property. Okay. So got public. We have to inherit from a visual element, and then we're gonna do public static. Oh man. Static read only bindable property, and we're going to call this focus property. And it's going to be a bindable property dot create, and you gotta give it a name. You gotta declare what type of data type it's going to be. So it's we're going to be using a bool. We have to name the parent, so this class right here, and else do we need? We need... How do you get the hints for... Oh, damn it. Okay, so... Default, I think it's default. The default value. And then... I want to set the onProperty changed, so property changed. It's gonna be onProperty changed, and we gotta create that method. And we also have to create getters and setters. So okay. Those are also going to be static. It's bool, so this is going to be the get focus. It's going to be visual element, target, and then bool target dot get value. That should do it. Setting is basically the same, except this is going to be a void set focus, and here we will pass the value. We don't need this. We call set value and we pass the value. Easy enough. Alright, so now what do we do when the property changes? Well, now we want to focus. We want to focus the entry. That's what we want to do. So our target, which is going to be the bindable, we're binding it to the entry. So as entry, that's our target. And if the target is not equal, yeah, now we're going to null check, and if the value is true, so new value, so if it's not null and the value is true, then we want to focus. But we should also check that the target is loaded, because sometimes, yeah, you're setting the value and it's not even loaded yet, so we gotta check for that. Because if it's not loaded, well, if it's loaded, then we'll just focus. But if it's not loaded, then we're gonna hook into the loaded event, and when we've hooked into the loaded event, we're going to get the target again, which is sender as entry, and then we'll set target focus. And after we focused, we should unhook the loaded event. And we do that by okay. Alright, that it looks okay, but I'm not sure. Let's... We need to get the property, and to do that we need an XMLNS local. You can call that anything you want. I'm calling it local because all my namespaces are the same. Or I only have one namespace, so let's go MAUI. And now I can access, or should be able to, yeah, focus. And then bind to that. So binding, and I think the property was also called focus. Okay, so fingers crossed, if everything works correct, then our new score should be automatically focused and we can just type in our name and that should be it. Then we finished converting our WPF application into MAUI for the Windows application, and after that I will move on to Android. I mean, Android should, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be, it's just gonna be a couple of views that we have to update, and yeah, we can't use key events obviously for mobile applications, so we'll have to handle that. But yeah. Okay. Oh, I hate this one. It's taken so long. Well, I don't know why it's always doing this. I have a feeling that this wasn't an issue for WPF. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, something is still might be a little bit buggy with MAUI. All right, here we go. So we got the application. We hit start. It goes. Let's try not to die. Let's get at least 2. Alright. We're even going to get 3, and now we should, yeah, focused. We can just start typing, and that's perfect. Alright. Cool. Nice. So we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I can save 10 top scores, and yeah. Okay. Oh, and this still works. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. Um, well, actually, let's do one more thing. In our WPF application, we have the the fruit is pulsating, so let's do that. The fruit should also be pulsating for our purpose here. So to do that, let's go to the main application. We're gonna create this cancellation token source. So cancellation token source, cancellation, say new cancellation token source. Okay. gonna create a method which is gonna start our fruit animation. So start fruit animation. What is this gonna do? It's gonna set this cancellation token source to a new one. Then we're gonna await a task, or we're gonna run a task. Factory start new, which is ultimately gonna trigger redrawing our fruit with I don't know, like a 50 millisecond delay. So every 50 milliseconds, it's gonna redraw our fruit. So while cancellation dot, well, that's not cancelled. We're gonna do fruit and validate. And I said we're gonna delay that every 50 milliseconds. Okay. And when the fruit changes, then we have to cancel the task which is running down here, and then we have to restart it, and then we'll just restart it by saying start fruit animation. And we also need to handle the situation when it's game over, so we need to cancel the drawing of the fruit also. No, generate method. And here we're just gonna call this, and then we just have to create this action. So it's going to be an empty action. There's no parameters that we have to pass. So game over action. Let's call that just like that. And where's our game loop? So right here. When we exit the game loop, then we call our game over action. So let's invoke that, and then that should stop drawing the fruit. Okay, now we just have to adjust our fruit drawable a little bit. So let's check that out. Fruit drawable. So right now it's pretty simple. We just have this draw, and we always draw the static colors. So what we want is to change. So basically this value should always go up, and if it's at the top at 255, it should go back down. Alright, let's go fruit. Let's do a null check here before we do anything else. Fruit equals null. We will return. Okay. Alright. So int is gonna be private int. Oh, Oh, okay. I'm writing outside of the class. Okay. Private int. So current R. Yeah, it's just current R. And we also need a R changer. So what will increase by with. So let's just always increase in steps of 10. So let's do that. Const. Alright, and then we also need to keep track of the direction that we're going in. So whether we're going in the positive direction or in the negative. So, and we'll do that by creating the value 1. And then if it's going up, yeah, it'll be positive 1, and if it's going down, it'll be negative. Alright, so let's handle this. And then every time we draw the fruit, we will go into the current, yeah, we have the current R value, and then we'll increase this by the changer value, so the R changer, and we will multiply this by the direction, and then we will add it to the current value. So now we just have to check if the current value is, if it's greater than 255, which is the max RGB value you can have, then we have to turn around. So we're gonna set it to the max value, so which is current R is gonna be 255, and then we will switch the direction. So we'll go direction will be -1. Else, if it's smaller than 0, then we'll just do the same thing. We'll set it to 0, the current R, and we'll make the direction positive. Just set it to 1. And if it's just anything else in between, we just keep going. So we don't have to change anything. And then we'll call canvas fill color, which is going to be current R. And that's it. We can get rid of this right here. And now we should have a pulsating, hopefully, we'll have a pulsating fruit. Okay, moment of truth. Oh. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Okay. What's the issue? Okay, this is the mistake right here. So that's what happens when you copy paste. I had to pause the video for a second because nothing was working, and yeah, I just noticed that the I set some breakpoints, and I noticed that the snake change never got called. So that's because yeah, I overwrote the snake changed action with the game over action. So yeah. All right. There we go. It's pulsating. Alright, that's exactly what we wanted, and yeah, alright. So, yeah, thanks for joining me, and please, guys, if you guys notice anything, don't like anything, it's not something's not clear, please let me know. Alright, and better say it sooner than later because now yeah, just it's just better for everybody. So, yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.